So you have a coaching offer in a course and you want to sell it online, but you don't have a gazillion followers like Kylie Jenner. Well, that is not a problem because in this video, I'm going to show you how to sell your offer online, even if you don't have thousands of dollars for paid ads, or even if you have zero followers. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now, it's something that actually works right now, not like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and is the fastest and easiest way to sell your offer online. So let's go to my computer and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's break down the process to sell your coaching offer or your course online. So the first thing that you got to understand is that you got to go cold traffic. Okay, so this is the first step. It's going to be 3 steps. Okay, so the first step is you got to understand that you need to have a cold proof offer because you don't have an audience, right? You have zero audience. That means that you need to sell your offer to new people. So to the cold traffic, to the people who don't know who you are yet. So that means that your offer needs to be strong enough so that it can sell to those people, right? So this is what I like to call a cold proof offer. A cold proof offer is an offer that is going to work on cold traffic, right? So you're going to be able to sell this offer to brand new people who haven't been following you for years and years. Okay, this is what a cold proof offer is. Now, how do you actually do that? How do you make sure that your offer is cold proof? Well, first of all, it's got to be super simple. Okay, it's got to be super simple and super easy to understand. So I like to call this the random stranger on the street test. Okay, and like obviously ignore Mr. Beast for a little while until we get there. But the random stranger on the street test, what it is basically, okay, your offer needs to be simple enough so that a stranger who doesn't have any context is going to understand what you can do for them and how you can help them without you like taking an hour to explain to them. So basically, if you stop a stranger on the street and you tell them about your offer, are they going to understand what you do or not? If the answer is no, they might not understand what you do when you explain your offer, then it means that your offer is not cold proof because people do not understand what you do. And this is the problem that I see with a lot of coaches and consultants. Like they have a very complicated offer that not even they themselves understand. Well, so how can a stranger understand your offer if it's not super simple and super easy to understand? Okay, because people need to understand what they're going to get if they're going to give you their time of the day, or even if they're going to give you their money. So this is the test. This is what I like to call it. So your offer needs to be simple enough, okay, so that even a stranger on the street is going to understand if you explain it to them in like 30 seconds or less, because this is literally how long people are going to give you until they're going to be out. Now, I'm going to give you an example because this is really important to understand, okay? This comes down to, again, the cold proof offer. So, again, you have zero audience, okay? And I'm going to give you here a crazy example so you understand how good your offer should be if you want to sell it to the cold traffic. So, let's just put it this way, okay? If Mr. Beast was about to sell like a piece of, and I'm going to say like shite, okay? But you do get what I mean. So if Mr. Beast is going to sell a piece of shite and is going to package it in a nice whatever box, or, you know, it's going to have nice wrapping, and if he's going to sell that piece of turd online, like literally piece of turd online, people are going to buy it because it's Mr. Beast, right? They're just going to buy it because of Mr. Beast, of who he is, and because he has a following, and because people trust him, right? So people are going to buy that just because of Mr. Beast. However, if you are a random person on the internet, and obviously this means that just you don't have a huge following and people don't know who you are, well, you're not going to get away with that. So what that means is that you don't have to like try to sell a piece of like turd online. But what that means is that your offer needs to be way stronger, okay, if you want it to work on cold traffic. So selling to a warm audience is totally different compared to trying to sell to cold traffic. Okay, so your offer needs to be a lot stronger. So what does that actually mean, right? So what does your offer need to look like for you to be able to sell in cold traffic? So this is what it needs to look like. So again, the most important thing is simplicity, okay? The offer needs to be simple, okay? Simple to understand and specific. So how do you actually do this? Well, you need to follow the 3S formula. What is the 3S formula? Well, it's basically you sell to one specific person, right? Solving one specific problem and promising one specific outcome, okay? So that means, again, your offer is like laser focused and super simple. You're not promising 1,000 different things, right? You're not making a bunch of promises. You're just focusing on one thing. So
one ideal client, one avatar, one specific problem that you solve for them, and one specific outcome. And again, this is really, really important because I see a lot of coaches like calling themselves like mindset coach, like helping ambitious professionals and ambitious like whatever, which includes like a bunch of different people. So the more specific your offer is, and the more like laser targeted your offer is, and the easier is it to understand, the easier it's going to be for you to actually sell this offer. Okay, so again, it's literally one person, and it's literally like as simple as possible, because if people don't understand what you are trying to sell and what your offer is, again, they're just not going to buy. So this is something that you should keep in mind. Now, how to actually build a proven offer. And I've worked with hundreds of coaches at this point on their offer. So there are only two ways, and this is the these are the two easiest ways to actually craft a proven offer. So there are only two ways to build a proven offer. So number one, take the path that's already been walked. So what does this mean? Because maybe it sounds a little weird, but it's basically, you just got to model something that already works. That's just the easiest way to do it, okay? So you got to model something that already works. So what do I mean by that? Is basically you need to go out there online and see what other similar businesses to yours have successful offers. So for example, if you are a dating coach, and I'm going to show you how to find like proven offers, but if you are a dating coach, right? So you have a dating offer, the easiest way for you to make sure that your offer is going to work on cold traffic is just to go in the Facebook ads library and look for other dating coaches. Now, the reason why this strategy is really good, and I'm going to show you an example, is because usually people who are running paid ads have the money to run paid ads. And because they have the money to run paid ads, it means that most probably their offer is successful, especially if they have been running ads for a little while. So this is the easiest way for you to actually find offers that are going to work in your market. And this is not about like copying other businesses, okay? So this is not about copying other people, ripping people off or stuff like that. It's just about modeling. So seeing what actually sells right now in your current market, in your current industry, and making it better, right? Adding your own unique spin on it. So this is really important. So what you literally do is you can go to the ads library, and I already like search for like a keyword. So let's say that you're a dating coach. If you're a dating coach, you can just literally type in dating coach in here, and you are going to find a bunch of weird ads. I'm going to say that, but you're also going to find some potential good course sellers, right? So for example, it could be this one, right? And what you can do, and excuse the language, is going to be in Romanian, but here you can see the date when the ad started running. So for this one specifically, it's 18th of December. So it's just literally, it started running yesterday. So it might not be a good example of a successful ad, because you don't know if the ad is successful or not yet, but you can just be looking around for ads that have been running for like, let's say like a month or even more. So look, for example, this one, Michael Sartain, right? So, he's kind of talking about this, and you can just click on the website and boom, there you go. You just found a landing page with copy and with stuff that might actually work. Because if you're looking at this, he's running, a few ads here and there. So most likely he has a successful offer. So you can just model it. So again, you're not copying people, you're not ripping people off, you're modeling. But this is the easiest way to make sure that your offer is going to work, because let's think about it. I'm going to give you an analogy so you understand why this is so easy and why it's such a powerful method. Let's just put it this way. If you want to develop a car, okay, if you want to build a car, you want to start your own car company and you want to build a car, are you going to reinvent the wheel? Are you going to like build an engine from scratch and do everything from scratch? Or are you going to probably buy parts from other companies? Maybe there's like an engine manufacturing company that produces engines and has been producing engines for 100 years. Well, probably you're going to want to, buy parts from other companies, because like it would just take so long for you to develop every single part of the car by yourself. It would just take so long, and it would take so much trial and error that you're probably going to just go bankrupt. So it's kind of the same thing here. it's going to take you so long to test different offers, different angles, different like stuff until you actually find what works, that you might just go bankrupt. So this is why modeling what already works and making it better, adding your own unique spin on it, it's so much easier than just trying to reinvent the wheel yourself and create a brand new offer. Okay, so this is the first way to actually create an offer that works. The second way is specific research. So what this means is, okay, deciding who your ideal client is and then interviewing people. So literally interviewing 30 people from your market and asking them, hey, what is your problem? What are your struggles? What do you need help with? Like, what are your goals? Just so you can build that offer specifically for them. Okay, so let me just give you an example. Let's say that you decide that you want to work with lawyers, okay, for whatever reason. You want to work with lawyers. So in that case, what you need to do if you want to create a course or like a coaching offer for lawyers and you want that offer to be successful, what you need to do is you literally need to have 20 to 30 interviews with lawyers in that market so you can understand how they think, what drives them, what are their day-to-day problems, what are their goals, and what are they trying to achieve. So this is really important, specific research. So you need to talk to people in your market. Talking to potential clients is the single most valuable thing that you need to do if you want to have a successful business. Okay, so this is what you need to do to make sure that your offer is proven. Now, let's talk about something else. And not a lot of people talk about this on the internet, okay? But if you want to sell your offer to brand new people, making a promise is not going to cut it nowadays. Okay, so like if you just make a promise and you put it out there in front of a few people, you're not going to be successful. That is no longer good enough. Okay, so what you need to have nowadays is you need to have a strong sales argument. So basically, just to demonstrate to people as to like why your offer is going to work. So you need to have this sales argument and unique mechanism. Now, what is this? So the sales argument, again, it basically justifies why your offer works so well and gives people a reason to believe that what you say is actually true and what your offer is actually going to work for them. So number one, a sales argument and unique mechanism is going to build trust. Okay, and it's going to give people a strong reason to believe you. This is really important because, again, remember, you're selling to brand new people, you're selling to cold traffic, so they do not know you and they do not trust you. You got to earn their trust and you got to build up a very solid case for your offer. It's kind of like you are in court, right? And you are trying to build a strong case for yourself, where if you are in court, you want to demonstrate something, you gotta bring strong arguments to the table. Otherwise, nobody is going to believe you. And it is the same with cold traffic. On cold traffic, you're almost building your case, like you are proving to people that what you do actually works. So again, you need to build trust because with cold traffic, there is no trust. But the sales argument and the unique mechanism helps you build trust. It also explains how your process works and why it actually works and why it gets results. So it's kind of like the secret sauce of your offer. So what actually works so well? And I'm going to give you an example of unique mechanism. So don't worry about that. But again, this is something else that a unique mechanism does. And another thing that the unique mechanism and the sales argument do is they explain why everything that your prospect has tried in the past failed and why your solution is different and why this is the missing piece for them to get the results. So I'm going to explain what this means. So in your market, right, your ideal clients or your prospects have most likely already tried things before. They've already taken courses online to solve the problem that you're trying to help them solve. They've already taken coaching offers, and all of those offers in the past failed. Okay, so all of those offers didn't work for them, so therefore they got burnt in the past. So for them to buy another offer and another course and to buy your offer, you need to prove to them and you need to clearly show them and to demonstrate to them why is it that the things that they've tried in the past didn't work and why your solution is going to be different and is actually going to get them the result. And the keyword here is different because nobody wants to buy the same things, okay, that they've already tried in the past. People want to buy something new, something different that is actually going to work this time because it gives them hope that it's actually going to work this time. Okay, so it's really, really important to understand this. Your ideal clients and your prospects have already tried things before that didn't work. So they've already got burnt in the past. So it's really important for you to clearly demonstrate how your offer is different compared to what I've tried in the past. So you need to understand, like, okay, what exactly have they tried in the past? What are the most common things that people in your market have tried in the past? And those things obviously failed. And you need to understand why they failed. So this is how you build up the argument. And I'm going to show you an example just so we can have a little bit of fun. I'm going to show you an example of a sales argument and the unique mechanism. And please ignore the topic right here. Okay, I know it's pretty crazy, but like let's just take a look at this headline right here, and you're gonna understand what I mean by a unique mechanism, because it's so important to get this. So scientists discover solution to sexual problems hidden in a 1,500-year-old Himalayan secret. So studies show how it boosts sex drive, increases stamina, promotes stronger, longer lasting erections, and more. If you're interested in this, like, just drop a comment below. I'm gonna drop the link to this document if you want to buy it. But jokes aside, the unique mechanism here is hidden in a 1,500-year-old Himalayan secret. Okay, so this is the unique mechanism. So it basically it is the secret sauce of the solution, right? Because if this ad would have just said like, hey, scientists discover solutions to sexual problems, right? And that's it, well, it wouldn't be as believable. But if you have a strong sales argument and, like you say, it's a 1,500-year-old Himalayan secret, this is the secret sauce. Like this component, the 1,500-year-old Himalayan secret, this secret component of this whatever pill is the unique mechanism. This is the reason why this works so well. And in this promo, as you're going to see, this is literally what they talk about. So they build up the sales argument by talking about the unique mechanism. And the unique mechanism is, again, this like whatever Himalayan secret, right? This is the unique mechanism. And guess what? They talk about the unique mechanism. Like they start with some crazy stuff right here. Like, you know, Chinese emperors had contained the most desirable women in the kingdom and stuff like that. So this is the Himalayan secret, right? So they start by talking about this, and this is pretty crazy. But again, this is the unique mechanism. So they talk about this, okay? They talk about the unique mechanism. And it's really important for you to do this because otherwise people won't believe you. So this is an example of unique mechanism. Now, obviously, you don't have to go that crazy, but I just showed you an example so you get what I mean. Now, let's talk about messaging because I kind of, you know, skipped a few steps right here, but we need to talk about the messaging right now. So obviously you understand, okay, how your offer should look like. You understand that you should have a sales argument, a unique mechanism. Okay, you understand all of that. Now let's talk about messaging. So you have your offer built. How do you actually talk to people? Well, again, your offer and your messaging needs to be super, super simple. So I'm going to give you a few things that work really well right now when on call traffic. So you need to keep it simple. That's the first thing. With your messaging, you need to keep it simple, okay? Something else that you need to keep in mind is that you need to describe the core benefit and the result that you provide in a simple sentence, okay? So this is going to apply to a cold email, a cold DM, like just the first point of contact that you're going to have with a prospect in your market. So you just need to talk about the one benefit and the one result that you provide to them, and you need to do that in a simple sentence. Okay, so you don't talk about a gazillion different promises, you talk about that core promise. So again, remember, going back to the 3S formula, one specific person, one specific problem, one specific outcome. In your messaging, in the front end messaging, you just need to talk about the one specific outcome. So let me give you an example. If with my offer I help people get clients, I'm just going to talk about I'm going to help you get clients. I'm not going to talk about I'm going to help you improve your sales metrics. I'm going to help you hire people. No. I'm just going to talk about I'm going to help you get clients. It's just one thing. If you help people lose weight, you're just going to talk about I'm going to help you lose weight. You're not going to talk about I'm going to help you increase your testosterone. I'm going to help you put on muscle or whatever. No, I'm just going to help you lose weight. So you just got to talk about the one thing from the 3S formula, and you got to respect the 3S formula, right? You got to follow it. Include humor. People love humor, okay? You got to include humor. You got to show that you're a human. Don't be afraid to be a little cheeky because people love it. Personalized for each person, okay? So your messages need to be personalized. People are tired of cookie cutter, copy paste messages. So you're not going to get responses if your message is not personalized. Now you can personalize this with AI, or you can personalize it with just by just writing it yourself manually, both are going to work, but you need to personalize it. Okay, so keep it short, concise, and to the point. The shorter your front end message is, so basically the shorter your DMs are, the shorter your cold emails are, the easier it is for you to get responses and the better it's going to work. So keep it short, keep it concise, to the point. So the shorter it is, the better. Your aim is to make the message as short as possible. And then ask for permission first. Don't assume anything about the prospect. So I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like. So this is a message framework, and this is, again, I'm literally going to give you an example right now live of what you could say to a prospect and it's going to work. So it all starts with personalization line icebreaker. So again, all the messages should be personalized. So you can say something like, hey, name, right? The prospect's name. I saw that you are XYZ. So I saw that you are a lawyer. I saw that you are a whatever you are. So you just show them that if you've actually taken a look at the profile and it is a personalized message. Okay. So, hey, I saw that you do XYZ, whatever you found in the profile. And then the next section is ask for permission. Don't make assumptions. So you're going to say something like this. Ask for permission. Hey, I want to actually show you something pretty cool, but I don't want to do it without your permission. So this is asking for permission. What you can do as an alternative, you can say, hey, I don't know if this is relevant to you, but I thought that you would find this pretty cool. So you're not making an assumption. People love this. Like, people hate it when you're putting them into like a box and when you're making assumptions about them, and they love it when you ask for permission, okay, and when you don't make assumptions, okay. So it just decreases the sales resistance. So this is something really good. The third thing that you need to do is explain what your offer is and what you can provide. And again, it's about talking about that one thing. So here you're going to say like, hey, I have a new way to help you get more clients and help you get your offer in front of the right people. So I'm just talking about one thing. So if you're open to hearing more, right, just drop a yes in the chat. If not, you can just send me your favorite rejection line. I can take it. So this is an example of humor. So obviously this is the structure. Let me tell you what that message is from top to bottom so you get it. So personalization, first of all, we're just going to start with, okay, hey name, I saw that you do XYZ. I saw that you are a lawyer, and I'm going to be, completely honest with you. I don't want to make assumptions here, right? And so I don't know if this is going to be relevant to you, but I have a pretty cool opportunity. So it is a new way to get your offer in front of the right people and get more high-ticket clients, right? But I don't want to send anything without your permission. So if you are open to seeing a breakdown of how this entire process works, then you can just drop a yes in the chat, and I'm going to be happy to send over the process. And if not, no problem, just send over your best rejection line. Boom. This is literally a message or an email, like a DM or an email that you can send to people, and they're going to respond because it is a good message, right? So this is literally a real life example of what you can send to people if you want to book calls, if you want to get clients, right? The next thing is, this is the third step. Okay. This is the third step if you want to sell your coaching offer or your course online. So you have an offer. Okay. You have a good offer. You have a messaging structure that actually works, and now you need to find the people so that you can actually sell your offer. So you need to find your ideal clients online. So there are multiple ways to find your clients online. And again, I have other more detailed videos on my channel that dive way deeper into the offer, what goes into the offer, into the messaging, like the exact messaging structure, and how many messages you should send and all that kind of stuff. And I have other videos on my channel talking about how to find the right people. So this video is just kind of going over the overall framework. So this is what I want you to keep in mind. But let's go back to finding your own people, okay? Like the people who are going to want to buy what you offer. So you got to ask yourself a couple of questions, right? So that you can find the ideal clients who are going to be begging you literally to buy your course. So where do they hang out? Okay, so this is the first question that you got to ask yourself. Where do they hang out? Where do they spend their time online? Do they spend it on Facebook? Do they spend it on Instagram? Do they spend it on Twitter, right? What is it, right? You got to identify the platform where they spend their time. And this is going to depend based on obviously your ideal client. So what social media platforms do they use? Where do they hang out? It could also be okay, do they hang out in specific groups? Are there specific groups that you can join, where, for example, you would just find them or not? how can you identify them? So, like for example, if you're targeting lawyers, like can you easily tell by their profile that they are a lawyer or not? So, multiple things that we're looking at. Okay, can you easily identify them? Can you tell that they are a client or not? So, for example, if you're just targeting lawyers, it's pretty simple for you to tell if they are a lawyer or not. For example, if you're using LinkedIn. But if you, for whatever reason, your offer is helping people fix their gut health issues, well, obviously people are not going to write on their profile that they have gut health issues, right? So there are going to be different ways that you're going to use to identify them. And that's going to be like specific groups, like groups specifically where you're going to find people who have gut health issues and are looking to solve their gut health issues. And we're going to get into that on the next slide. And then how do they look like online? Like you just gotta understand, how do they look like online? Like, are they typically men over 50? Are they typically women between 20 to 50? Like you need to know what your client looks like online. What does their profile look like? Because again, the key here, once you have a good offer, once you have good messages, is to find the right people, the people who are your ideal clients. So you got to ask yourself all of these questions, and I'm going to tell you just what are the best ways to find the right people. So number one is hyper-specific groups. Okay, so for example, if you are a dating coach and your ideal client is a single or like a divorced woman, right? A divorced woman, you're a dating coach for divorced women. Well, guess what? The best place to find your ideal clients are going to be hyper-specific groups for divorced women, like maybe looking to work on themselves or whatever it is. But an absolute gold mine and where you're going to find your ideal clients is specific groups of divorced women if you are a dating coach. So this is an example. Communities, okay, again, like communities, again, I'm going to go with that example. You are a dating coach for divorced women. Again, you're going to find your clients in communities. So maybe communities of women who are working on themselves, like self-development of women, or women looking to learn new skills, like, hobbies or whatever divorced women do, or women looking for lawyers, divorced lawyers, and stuff like that. So you're going to find your ideal clients in communities. Another very good way that it works really well is the piggyback method. So this is a method where you're using an influencer in your market who's basically like a competitor and is targeting your market. You're using them to go through their followers so that you can find your ideal clients. So for example, again, let's say that you are a fitness coach and you help like busy dads lose weight. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to look for influencers online who are also targeting busy dads, and those influencers, you're looking for influencers with a huge following, maybe like 50,000 followers and stuff like that. How you can find your clients is you can literally go through their followers and the people who engage with their posts, because that influencer has already done the work for you to attract your ideal client. So you might as well just use that. This is called the piggyback method. Another thing that you can do is you can use suggestions. So for example, on LinkedIn, if you are targeting lawyers, what you can do is you can literally pull up the profile, the LinkedIn profile of a lawyer, and you can go on the right hand side, because the social media platform is going to give you suggestions of more similar profiles to that person that you opened up, and through those suggestions you can look for more people who are also lawyers and might also be your ideal client. So this is the suggestions. And another one is keyword search. Okay, so for example, if you work with agency owners, okay, you serve agency owners and you want to find agency owners, well, a very simple way to find agency owners is literally by going on LinkedIn and typing in the search bar agency owner, and LinkedIn is going to show you a bunch of agency owners. So this is another way to do it. Now, the more specific you get, the better it is, because I'm telling you right now, all of these methods are going to work in terms of finding your ideal clients, and people just make it like look so much harder, and they think that there's a secret method to find the right people when it's really not. Like, all you need to do is you need to, number one, again, just clearly identify who's your ideal client, on what social media platform do they spend their time, and just test all of these different methods in like just searching methods. Okay, so try hyper-specific groups. Try to see if you find any groups. Try to see if you find any communities. Try the piggyback method. Try to look for influencers online. Look for suggestions, right? Like pull up the profile of an ideal client and try to look up their suggestions. do the keyword search, like look for a couple of keywords in the search bar and see which is the easiest method for you to find your ideal clients and which one is the most reliable one. So you got to test every single one of these and find the best method for your specific ideal client in your specific market. This is what you need to do. So that's pretty much it. This is how you find your right people. And again, people think that the secret to them being successful in getting clients is like a magic strategy that's going to help them find the magic right people. That is not the case. The most important thing is the offer. If you have that dialed in, you're already like pretty much good. And then is going to be the messaging. So having the right message to approach people. And then of course is finding the right people. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy the guide. Smash the subscribe button on this channel because YouTube is going to show you more videos from my channel. Okay, so you're going to see my face again. And then smash the like button. And YouTube is going to show you more videos just like this one. And I'm going to see you in the next video.